Hi, I'm Mary-Beth Infante, nutritional therapy practitioner and founder and editor-in-chief of Mott Lot Living. Mott Lot stands for more of this, less of that. And I started Mott Lot about 3 years ago in an effort to support people who wanted to be healthier by learning more about nutrition and how food impacts their health. My philosophy is that we all start from our own place of healthy. And by understanding really what foods will make us feel the best, we can take our healthy up a notch. And that's really what we're here for today. We're going to be talking about a food that adds vitamins and minerals to your daily diet without a lot of effort. We're going to be talking about smoothies. We're going to learn how to make them as nutrient dense as possible and make them customized to the flavors that you like. We'll talk about 4 different recipes and I'll give you the recipes at the end. What I love about smoothies though, and I'll say this up front, is although I will give you the recipes, you can customize smoothies to whatever way you want with whatever flavors, vegetables, and fruits that appeal to you the most. The idea is that you're going to get them all in one nice glass. So what really are smoothies? They're basically blended drinks, but they're so much more than a beverage, right? Usually they have a leafy green, a fruit, a fat, and some type of liquid. What I love about them the most, and I think if most of you have ever had one, you can either take them on the go or drink them at home. They can be a meal replacement for the days that you just can't get to make a whole meal. They can be a snack, a treat, or even a meal supplement if you're just a little bit hungry. If you've ever found yourself wishing, gosh, I wish I could have more vitamins and minerals and fiber in my diet, I know it would make me stronger and healthier and feel better and have more energy, but gosh, I just don't like munching on celery stalks and carrot sticks. Here's your wish come true. Smoothies are going to help you achieve that healthier goal. And today we'll show 4 smoothies that I think you're going to enjoy. Oh, and one other tip. If any of you have children and you would like to make some of these smoothies for them, you will take your parent coolness up quite a bit this time. Really the only equipment you need is a good blender. You'll see in this video that I have a Vitamix blender. I bought it about a year ago when I really started to realize the superpower of smoothies. But honestly, you do not need a Vitamix blender. A lot of people will use a stick or immersion blender. It fits on the counter better if you don't have a lot of space. It also pretty much fits in anyone's budget. Another blender that I know people really enjoy using is the Ninja blender. It also has a lot of power. Okay, the first 2 smoothies we're going to make today are leafy green smoothies. I have a kale one and a spinach one. We'll make the spinach one first. Leafy greens are just an amazing nutrient-dense food. They have vitamin A, vitamin C, they have potassium, calcium. These are all ingredients and substances that our body needs, not only for heart health and brain health, but for energy production and really our tissue repair. So let's start with the spinach first. You need about a cup of spinach, which I've already measured out here. I use organic baby spinach. It is one of the dirty dozen vegetables, so it's good if you can find organic spinach. It's good to spend the extra money on spinach. I also use full-fat coconut milk. I buy this one in the can. It's pretty readily available in grocery stores. About a cup of this. One of the tips I want to mention is that it's really a good idea when you use leafy greens to put the milk in first, or whatever liquid you're going to use, and then the leaves, and this will help grind up the leaves to a really smooth finish. I personally do not mind a little bit of texture in my smoothies, but most people prefer them to be really more drinkable rather than chew through them. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit first, and we'll try not to make it too noisy. So we'll mix it up a little bit. And you can see the leaves are starting to grind down. I'm going to add some pineapple now, about a half a cup of frozen pineapple. Frozen fruits are great because they don't add a lot of water to the smoothie, and they're a nice texture, and they really grind up nicely, plus they add a lot of sweetener. Another tip you might want to consider is when you go to the grocery store, always take a look in the frozen fruit aisle, because a lot of times they're on sale, 2 bags for $5 or whatever, and you can put them in your freezer, and then when you're ready, you always will have them to make your smoothie. So I'm dumping those in, and this will be ready to go in a moment. You really can use whatever kind kind of fruit you like. As I said, these are all customizable. Pineapple goes really well with spinach, but you could use frozen mango, you could use frozen blueberries. You'll see another one of the smoothies uses a frozen banana. So anything goes for the smoothie. That is probably mixed up enough. I'm going to turn it off. And we will pour it into my glass. So this one is a little bit thick, which again, I like them this way. If this is too thick for you, you can add a little bit of coconut milk more and blend it a little bit more. I really like this one because it tastes tropical and you really don't taste the spinach. Just one thing to know, if you're new to leafy greens or you have someone in your family that thinks they hate spinach or hate kale, smoothies are a really good option, but please resist the urge to like pack every bit of spinach that you can in there. Go slow. Let it mix up, make it liquidy, put the extra fruit in if you need to, and that way the person or you will get accustomed to the flavor and you'll still be getting all the valuable nutrients. This next one is probably my leafy green favorite one. It uses kale leaves along with almond milk, almond butter, lemon, some ginger, and green grapes. When you buy kale, you can buy it in a bag or you can buy it fresh like this. You do need to make sure that you take out the thick stem and just use the leaves. The stem doesn't grind up and way too much fiber. The other thing about kale that you want to remember is to kind of break it up a little bit. It's a little more dense than the spinach is, so you want to start out by breaking it into smaller pieces. You'll throw 2 cups of kale in, 2 cups of green grapes, which are pretty much available year-round, which is great because you can make this smoothie anytime you want. Ginger, which is an anti-inflammatory spice and it makes it taste really good. Almond butter, about a tablespoon of almond butter. You want to use unsweetened almond milk. Try to be very careful when you buy almond milk that you don't buy it with a lot of sweetener. And then a little touch of lemon, which just gives it that refreshing taste. This one turns out really good too. It's a little thinner than the one with coconut milk because the almond milk is not as thick, but you're getting your fat through the almond butter as opposed to the coconut milk. This next one is not leafy green. So this is the pumpkin pie smoothie. I love this in the fall and winter. It tastes warm, comforting. It almost tastes festive too. And really the pumpkin nutrient profile is nothing to ignore. It has vitamin A, vitamin C, some potassium, all things that are important for our immune system, as well as a healthy heart, and it gives us extra energy. So for this one, you need about a cup of pumpkin. I buy canned pumpkin puree without added sugar, so it's pure pumpkin. Put that in your blender. You need about 2 cups of almond milk. Again, we said this in the last one, but you do want to have unsweetened almond milk. I always add a little bit of applesauce, maybe a tablespoon or 2, again unsweetened, but it does give the pumpkin a little bit of a balance in flavor. And then this is the one that I really like to add a lot of spices to. So ginger, cinnamon, or nutmeg, or all 3 are great in this smoothie. I think you guys would really enjoy this one throughout the winter. And again, the nutritional value is really great. So, and it fills you up. So pumpkin has a good amount of fiber, which helps you feel full, especially if you're using this as a meal replacement. This is the 4th and last smoothie. Some might say I saved the best for last. This one is a very popular drink lately, especially in Western culture now. Golden milk is traditionally an Indian beverage. It's usually served warm. It has spices in it that have a lot of antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It also aids in digestion and really helps calm you when you drink this. This one is made with almond milk, frozen pineapple, or you could use frozen mango too, frozen banana, and the spices are what's key here. The turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and anytime you use turmeric, this is a little note, you should always use a pinch of black pepper because it really helps activate the turmeric and make it more efficient in your body. A note about the frozen banana, it's great to buy bananas when you see them, peel them, cut them in half, put them in a zip bag, throw them in the freezer. They can add to pretty much any smoothie, even though we only added them to one in today's video. They're really handy to have. Now, of course, you don't have to use a frozen banana, you can use a regular one, but the frozen banana does have a nice substance to it. Now, if you're going to make these and not drink them right away, it's a good idea to store them in an airtight container, like a mason jar, I really like using washed out pickle jars or sauce jars. It's great. You just wash them out and then they seal nicely. Keep them in the refrigerator. They'll last for a day or two. I wouldn't keep them too much longer than that because they can kind of separate, but I'm pretty sure you're going to drink them before that anyway. And then just want to re-mention about the recipes. I'm certainly going to include the recipes here, but this is not a food that requires a recipe. You just have to keep in mind to use a liquid like an almond milk or a coconut milk or even water, usually a vegetable or a fruit or both, some sort of fat. We didn't use avocados today, but you could use some avocado, or we used almond butter today. That's great. And then spices. These are customizable foods and you really can't make a mistake, which is another reason that I just love adding these into my day. So thank you so much for spending time with me in the Motlat kitchen today. This has been fun. I hope you guys have had fun too. I hope that you'll let me know which ones you've tried. And I just want to say a special thank you to Bounty and Soul. I really appreciate the opportunity to share some of my knowledge with you all in this health and wellness video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.